Oh no, this looks a right mess. It's just like Mare to have a ton of difficult books like this. It looks like it's got some valuable antique books here as well. The criminal either had no idea about the value of books, or... Is this just a clutter box, right? It's empty as well. The box looks like it was burned off. The criminal must have used a normal gun. Just like Mare to have a ton of difficult books. Yeah, we know that. This place is all torn apart. Lisa would probably faint if she saw this. Looks like all the books on the shelf have been scattered around the room. Seems like an census to have done all this. There are several documents inside the drawer, but don't appear to be disturbed. There seem to be documents regarding Roland City's government. That these are there, as I should suggest. There is no political aim involved. Of course, the crucial thing which we need to be looking at. The gift we were delivered to Mary the Queen is... Those crooks are not going to get away with this. It doesn't look like they jimmy the door either. They must have decrypted a combination and opened it, or... Could I really have cracked the combination? It's not impossible, but I imagine it would be difficult for anyone besides a skilled pro. My best guess is they figured out the combination using much simpler means. What do you mean by simpler means? Well, let's see. They could have, for example, just do buttons with special powder. A powder like that would have been absorptive properties, and due to its fineness, it would be invisible to the naked eye. However, if a blue light were placed over it, it would glow. Alright, and let's imagine for a minute we're Mare into a combination of a powder present. The powder of the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. This would be one way to know which buttons were pressed. Wait a minute, would I still not know the order of which buttons were pressed? That's not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken on the buttons would decrease. In other words, the crooks would press the buttons in order starting from least luminescent. Might be a little more difficult if there were duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to take a pretty good guess what they were. That makes sense. Joshua, you're a genius or something. Just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check out the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. There was no doubt in my mind that this safe was opened using the same method I just explained. Oh, right. Now the big question is, who dusted the buttons and got powder? We know it would have to be at least someone who visited residence. Right, now figuring out who that is, that's going to be part of the tricky. Look, there's some marks on this railing. Where? You're right, and they're fresh too. Looks like something metal dug into the wood. So they climbed up here, did they? Okay, anything interesting there? Pot. This pot's been tipped over, but there's nothing inside. Looks like it only tipped over after being hit by something with force. Let's explore outside. What about this room? I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in. Masked men, huh? It means it wasn't a one-man job. How many people in the group? I'll probably guess about 3 or 4. It reminds me, one was quite short. It might have even been a girl. We're talking about a group of... 3 men and a girl. Are you alright, Mum? Yes, I'm fine. The intruders weren't violent towards us. Is there anything you notice in particular about the intruders? They were wearing masks, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about any specific features. That reminds me, I'm certain the front door was locked. I locked the door to be safe since my husband had just gone to a chapel, Oh, just the two of us here. Wonder how in the world they got in. Well, I'll know that. They climbed in, I just saw that. Anything pneumatic I can look at? Oh, leaf. Huh? What's this? Found a vase leaf. Don't you think it's a bit strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not a type that grows around here. You're sharp, Estelle. This is a place where the residents were locked up. It was probably dropped by one of the criminals they were locking everyone up. This is a key piece of material evidence, right? Doesn't look to be anything here. This other door was locked for a time of burglary, right? Doesn't look like the lock's been broken either. Which means they got in another way. I'm not trying to go outside, I'm trying to go around. Thank you. This is what things looked like when I came home. I didn't get a glimpse of the criminals either. I had a mayor run me through the all details. How about you two? Did you find anything? You found lots of new evidence. Alright, let's check the details one by one and see what he came up with. First off, what were the criminals after? The septium, of course. How many were there? There's a group of 3 or 4. Where do they get into a house from? From a terrace on the 2nd floor. Point blank, what is a portrait of those thought to have committed a crime? It's got to be a traveller who visited recently. Well, you did a good job investigating. Looks like we'll be able to specify who criminals are with this information. Mayor Klaus, over the past 2 or 3 days, have you noticed any new faces in your study? You put it that way, I guess I've been a number of people. That reporter from a magazine company was one. Oh, those two came to visit you too, huh? At the time of the crime, they were with us at the Ismanis Tower. I think we crossed them off the list of suspects. I see, so Mayor Klaus, were there any of us? Other than that, it was only Gisette. Let's not kid ourselves here. I think it'd be a bit stretched for her to be our thief. After all, she's a student at the Well Academy. Criminals aren't always dressed so it can be easily spotted. As for school uniform, if someone put a mind to it, they could easily create a replica. I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous. Right, Joshua? I'm sorry to say this, but I completely disagree. Huh? During that time, when the mayor put the septium in the safe, that girl's eyes lit up like a hunter eyeing a prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student. You must be joking. Unbelievable. And anyways, it looks like we're going to have to ask this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you? If I remember right, she should be staying at a hotel. But she said something about taking off from Rawdon sometime today. Looks like we're going to have to hurry then. Estelle, Joshua, let's try the hotel first. Right. Understood. Ooh, she's on my party. Let's take a nosy at her, shall we? New party member. Status. Scheherazade. Scheherazade Harvey. She's level 12 compared to real characters on my level. 9 and 9. Equipment wise, she's got a Viper, which is range 2 whip, armor vest, vest with an iron plate to the chest for more protection, and spikes, pair of shoes. Augment wise, she's got an evade augment, hit augment, dexterity +5, agility +1, 2 sealed slots. A shield ornament. Attack when she comes with Sylphine Guard, Firebolt and Airstrike. Put you forward a little bit. There we are. Having now got a high level character in our party makes me kind of worried that we might have to fight some high level fighters. But anyway. Time to head to a hotel. I think it's here, isn't it? What happened at Mayor Klaus's place? Estelle, Joshua, anyone shows that? There's something the matter. Do you remember a girl named Gisette? She's a student from the Royal Academy who should be staying here. Of course I remember, but she checked out just a moment ago. Shoot, we're a minute too late. Let's hurry to the landing port. We might be able to catch her there. She didn't seem like a bad girl. Off to the landing port we go. I think it's this way, is it? Yes, this way. The airline is late. I wonder what's going on. The airline should be coming from boats that haven't arrived. We're preparing to receive the incoming ship, but... Please excuse the delay. The airliner should be arriving any time now, so please be patient. Yo, Alan. It's us you haven't noticed? Oh, it's you guys. Ooh, and Sherazade too. Thank you, Aidas, for the feast of the eyes. So, what's up? You didn't have any chance to see a girl in school uniform around here, did you? A girl in school uniform? School uniform from where? From Royal Academy. Oh, baby, those uniforms are so hot. The contrast to those neatly pleated white skirts and navy blue socks. Oh yes, I can see them now. Don't forget what a boy's uniform looks like, though. This is one obsession I just don't get. Thus defineth man's eternal struggle. Back on topic here, so you didn't see a girl in Royal Academy uniform? Nope, not this month. And believe me, I'll watch for those. I'll take all the passengers boarding into some marking because I tell you, at least she hasn't come here. Which means she came to Roland, along the road, without using an airliner. This complicates things. Our search field suddenly got much bigger. Come to think of it, it must be others, so I must have been hiding somewhere. Wow, that reminds me. What is Estelle? What's got we found this? Would this be any sort of clue? Oh right, we did find Matt. Show her. Is there any places nearby with cervase trees? Pretty sure we're going Mistwold, south of Roland. That's about in the opposite direction of Roland, isn't it? Seems like it's worth taking a look into. Well, that settles it. Let's go up the highway through Roland Southgate. Really excited, aren't you? Wait up! You went like a crazy lunatic. We could just walk at a time like this. Maybe I should think about cutting back those blasted cigarettes. What are you two up to? You kids again, huh? Actually, we've got to get to Bose ASAP. But the airline's not even here yet. I know, that's why we're heading there on foot. Take some time, but it's not a distance we can cover ourselves. Well, don't wear yourselves out too badly. Oh wait, you have to scoop or something? Yeah, Mother all scoops too. No time to talk, we've got to make it there today. Wonder if Neo's going to be okay. See you later, Estelle, Joshua. Well, aren't they a lovely pair? Friends of yours? Those are reporters from one of our jobs that I asked to take over. What's going on? With our priorities. First priority, healing. The interesting thing is, I've noticed, is the bigger your party is, the harder it is to avoid battle. If you think about it, if you're a single person on your own, you can try a way of walking easily. If you're a party of 2, sorry, you only got one person trailing behind you, but a party of 3, you got a big bunch of people following up behind you. And you know what? I'm actually going to end the episode here before I get onto the Bow's Highway. So I can end the episode of reasonable time. So thanks for watching, have a wonderful day, bye bye.